Okay guys, we had a 5.6 magnitude earthquake. Originally it was like a 5.3 or 5.4, I don't know exactly, but it got upgraded up to a 5.8 at one point, and then it was downgraded back down to a 5.6, which is still an upgrade from the original magnitude that struck Oklahoma. So here's what we're looking at. 5.6 magnitude right here in Oklahoma. And right here's Oklahoma. Okay. And it was felt, and there is some damage in the areas, and it was felt in Oklahoma City, and it's not even in Oklahoma City, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But a 5.7, let's just 5.6. Let's look at it here. Don't even tell us. It says 0. It don't have the latitude or the longitude or nothing. So let's go to U.S.G.S and let's take a look at that. Here we are on U.S.G.S, and it's not even showing up on U.S.G.S. Oh, here it is right here, Oklahoma. 5.6 magnitude. At a depth of 5 kilometers, guys. We're talking about ground level. I mean, there's no depth at all to this one. 5.6 magnitude, absolutely no depth. 5.5 kilometers below the ground. Very suspect, guys. That's very suspect. Anyways, 5.6 magnitude. It was on the 6th of November 2011 at 3:53:11, and that is UTC time. And then the latitude was at plus 35.537, and the longitude was at a negative 96.747, and that was in Oklahoma. It was felt down here in Texas where I live, and like I said, there was damage, and it lasted for something upwards of around 90 seconds. This was about a minute and a half of shaking that was going on. And again, this is only 5 kilometers deep, guys. That's very, very odd. Extremely odd. But nevertheless, that's what, it's pretty continuous in Oklahoma, being around the 5 kilometer depth. Here's a 5.6 in Oklahoma at 5 kilometers. Here's a 3.6 at 5 kilometers. Here's a 3.0 at 5 kilometers. Here's a 3.8 at 5 kilometers. Here's a 2.7 at 5 kilometers. And a 4.0 and a 3.4, 5 kilometers. I mean, something very, very, very odd is going on here. I don't know if HARP technology is involved in this, guys. I don't know, and I'm not going to assume that it is. But 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 4.9, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. I mean, just kind of odd, guys. That's not deep at all in any way, any form, or any fashion. So, anyway. Here we are on Google Earth, and we'll take a look at it. Right here's Oklahoma City, and this is not actually where it struck. It actually struck between Prague and Lincoln and Meeker. That's where it actually struck. It's right here. This is the actual location right next to this dam, and we'll get in there and look at it. But here's Sparks, here's Lincoln, here's Sparks, here's Meeker, and here's Prague. And then over here, let me scroll out a little bit, is Oklahoma City, and there is damage even in Oklahoma City in the outskirts. Okay, let's go on down in here and take a look at it. Right here's the dam. So it's right next to this dam. I'm guessing that the water runs north here, since the dam's on the north side of the lake here, Prague Lake. I don't know if there's any damage to the dam, and I have not had any reports on that at this point. So you guys have to do your own research there. Here's what we're looking at. Right here is one of the locations where they're doing fracking, destroying the crust of the earth. That's right here. That's one location where they're doing the fracking. And you do got a couple houses right along the edge of this road here that are, right next to the epicenter, and so they most likely sustained damage. and you got some little minor lakes that probably had little miniature tsunamis in them, you know, flooded the area just right around the lake. But these right here, guys, like this section here, that's a fracking area where they're doing fracking. Go on down in here and take a look. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing there. That's just where they're drilling into the ground and fracking the earth. And then up here, so I mean, you're in a fracking area. And like I said, I don't know if that was caused by HARP. I don't know if it was caused by fracking. I don't know if it was a natural earthquake. I don't know. I just know that as you look here, it's just earthquake after earthquake after earthquake after earthquake. And yesterday they had that 4.7. Again, that's nothing significant, and there wasn't hardly any damage done with that 4.7. But this is a 5.6 magnitude earthquake, so. And it's not very far from this dam. I don't know what this dam was designed to withstand, or if it was designed to withstand a earthquake at all. So there may be structural damage. I'm not saying that the dam has been destroyed or anything of that nature. I'm just saying it may have sustained structural damage, and another earthquake could cause it to go. But this is your basic look at it. I mean, there's really nothing going on. You got the 5.6 down here, and then you've got, like I said, Sparks is a community right here that got damaged, and there's a little pond here that probably had little miniature tsunamis or tidal waves, little miniature waves, you know, a foot high, 2 foot high, whatever. Okay, and then down here you've got Meeker, which is right here, which is another community. Okay, and you can see that is the distance from the earthquake. Then you've got Prague, which is also another community here. I know I've got several subscribers that live in Oklahoma City, and I know 2 of them that have already reported that they absolutely felt it. I've got one individual that lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they reported having felt it. I live in northern Texas, and it was felt in northern Texas. I personally did not feel it, but basically, let's go back over here to Earthquake 3D. Okay, over here on Earthquake 3D, if we take the rings down, and I'll show you about where it was felt. That is very, very close to the true area in which this was felt. Just above Dallas. Dallas, I don't think, as far as I know, nobody in Dallas felt it. Pretty much everybody in the Oklahoma area felt it. Arkansas felt it. Part of Missouri felt it. And part of Kansas felt it. That's a 5.6 magnitude earthquake, guys. .6, depth at 5 kilometers. Again, guys, very suspect on the depth. But they've had a ton of aftershocks. Let's go ahead and back this down to 0 and bigger. Let's back this out. I just want to show you guys a little something here. This is looking at the last 48 hours, and you can see the number of quakes. And I mean, not small ones. You have a 5.6, a 4.7 in there. Then you've got a 4.0 and then 3.9. So I mean, it's not like these are minor earthquakes, guys. 5.6 is not huge or massive, but it is a decent sized quake, and there is damage. Again, it lasted 90 seconds. But let's get in here, and I just wanted to kind of show you something. Okay, understand you do have volcanoes in this area where these are being triggered. Okay, but here's what I was wanting to show you guys. This is Oklahoma that's got all these earthquakes. And then remember, you know, you got the craton that comes right down through here. Okay, and where all these quakes are lining up. This is in the last 48 hours there. But you got the New Madrid active, you've got Arkansas active, and then you've got all this going on here in Oklahoma. So, you know, just be on the lookout if you guys live in Oklahoma. I don't know if this is going to continue on this cycle, if they're going to have more, if they're going to have bigger ones, or if there's going to be more aftershocks. I don't know. But this is part of the craton, guys, that comes right down, basically splitting the United States in a U shape. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here and get this out to you guys. I love you guys. Get in the Word. Stay in the Word. Get the word in, you guys. I'm telling you, the word is. Remember, even though the earth and the heavens may perish or whatever, His word will last forever. I mean, whatever amount of the word that you have in you, that's what's going to remain, guys. That is what's going to remain. So there's the last 48 hours. And what I'll do is I'll move this real quickly up here to 4.6 and bigger, because it'll show anything 4.6 and bigger on a global basis. So here's the last 48 hours, guys. Just go ahead and take you a quick look. Quite a lot of activity going on. This is 4.6 and above. Alright, guys. I'll be talking with you guys soon. I love you guys. Be careful if you guys live in Oklahoma. If you got damage, I hope you had a plan together. That's one of the main things I constantly talk about. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan for any disaster, guys, because they can strike you. Especially earthquakes. They can strike anywhere on the planet at any time. Hurricanes, tornadoes, hailstones, blizzards. Make sure you got a plan put together ahead of time, guys, because afterwards it's too late. This one was only a 5.7, nothing massive, but several people were injured, several reports of people in the hospitals. Like I said, it's not nothing huge, but it is a fairly good sized quake. 5.6 magnitude, Oklahoma, United States. Talk to you guys soon.